Hey guys, it's Julie, Roots for You. But anyway, today we're going to start the cream-based hair creams. A lot of people have asked me about some of the creams that I do. I usually only do one at a time and use it all up, one at a time, use it all up. But this time I'm finally out of everything. So today we're going to be making coconut hibiscus hair cream. You can use it as a cream. I guess you can use it as a deep conditioner or a heavy conditioner, but I mainly use it from head to toe because all the ingredients are natural, so you can use it from top to bottom. So creams are just basically oils and water emulsified together with some type of thing like lecithin or emulsifying wax or glyceryl stearate to help it kind of combine together. Basically, when you buy a lotion, that's all you're buying, oil and water. That's all it is. But the things that we're going to put in our hibiscus cream today, pan down. We're going to have a cup of water, distilled water, which I already have boiling in the microwave. For the infused water, you can use plain water, but why would you want to? We're going to use marshmallow root, which I'm just about out of, Irish moss, and hibiscus flowers. Hibiscus, Irish moss, marshmallow, I chose those because they all have lots of mucillage. They're very good for moisturizing the hair, lots of vitamins in them, especially the Irish moss. It helps your hair to hold on to that moisture for quite a while. Actually, I make a gel out of it, and that's what I have in my hair today, the hibiscus gel that I use all the time. Gives it nice spring, but I'll take the hair down at the end and kind of show you because it's time to do it again. Also for the water phase, we're going to have aloe vera gel, and I'll show some pictures of this. It was just, I don't remember the name of the brand, but it's aloe vera gel. Before we even start though, hands are clean, utensils are clean. I cleaned everything with 91% isopropyl alcohol. Washed the counters, washed all the glass jars, already heat sterilized the containers that I'm going to put it in the oven. Usually when I do my canning and things like that, after I wash the glass jars and the lids, oh, a little slobber, I put them in the oven to heat sterilize them. Some people do that, some people don't, but that's just an old trick. You can also do it in the dishwasher, but I wipe everything down with the alcohol, even the plastic utensils. The oil phase, we're going to use lavender oil. We're going to use coconut oil. I love the Parachute brand because, man, the smell of this stuff is absolutely fabulous. Matter of fact, I don't even think I've opened this one yet. We'll open it in a second. But anyway, we got to keep moving. We're going to use glyceryl stearate for our emulsification. That'll help the oil and water all mix together. For the preservatives, I'm going to put honey because, you know, I absolutely love honey, and that also is a good humectant. We're going to use vitamin E oil. We're going to use grapefruit oil, grapefruit essential oil, I should say. This is 100% pure. We're also going to use rosewood. Rosewood because I like the fragrance, also because it has a little bit of antiseptic or antibacterial in it itself. And I'm going to put a few drops of Optifan. I usually do not use Optifan, but since I'm making this for someone, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to put a few drops of this because it smells not so much chemical. It's just not something that I'm used to. I'm still going to give it a try. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I got to wash my hands, and I'll come back to you in just a second. Let's make. Okay, guys, into a jar. Actually, it's just a big measuring cup. I have warm water in here because I want to keep it warm while I'm making the oil phase. That means melting the coconut oil and the lavender oil and the glyceryl stearate all together. I'm going to put a tablespoon of Irish moss. I'm going to put a tablespoon of the marshmallow root. And I'm going to put a tablespoon, and a tablespoon of the hibiscus flowers, because that's going to make its own gel. Also, a note about Irish moss. I'm going to only use a very small amount of the glyceryl stearate for the emulsification because Irish moss will make its own gel, and it's used in commercial products for emulsifier anyway. I already have boiling water. Be careful when you have boiling water out of the microwave. Sometimes it can burst on you. Go ahead and pour your boiling hot water into your jar. And we're going to just let that sit while we work on the other stuff. I'm going to turn the flame on low for that because I want to keep it warm while I work on other things. And let me put the tops back on this. I hate to leave my herbs exposed for any reason. Alright, we already have the jars here that I heat sterilized in the oven. Let's see if that's, yeah, that's cool to the touch. I heat sterilized the large jars also in the oven, so you have to be careful that you're not doing anything too hot. The double boiler is already going, it's already bubbling, so we're going to go ahead and put the oils in it. And let's get this coconut oil open. Alrighty. That is, if we can get it out of the container. I'm going to pause for a second, guys, while I get this out of the container, because it's going to drive me crazy. Okay, guys, we got 3/4 cups. Since it's a solid oil, the coconut oil is, let me grab the jar, the Parachute brand. I love the, oh man, the smell. It smells like you cracked a fresh coconut. I love this brand so well. It's been one of the few brands I have found that smells so well. We're going to go ahead and put the coconut oil in so it can start melting. And let me turn this flame down a bit, because we only want to melt it. We're going to put a heaping teaspoon of the glycerol stearate in there. I am not wanting to use a lot of that because the Irish moss and the hibiscus on its own will thicken into a gel. And I want it to be cream, but I also kind of like it a little thinner, like a lotion. And we have it in a double boiler. See, we have the water going, and we're going to just heat that up. And while that is heating, I'm going to go ahead and pour about, because it's not exact with me, I never just get it exact. I have my infused lavender oil. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of that. And I'm going to set all this to the side as I use it. Because the lavender oil is already liquid, I am not really wanting to melt that. I'm mainly wanting to melt the coconut oil and the glycerol stearate wax all together. As soon as we get it melted, that is. Let me turn the flame back up a bit. There we go. And if you look in the jar here, come closer, cameraman. You can kind of see that that melts pretty quick. This is not a hard process. It's just that it has several steps in it, and they're time sensitive. So you have to kind of get the oil portion hot and heated, not bubbling of course, but just basically as soon as it melts, you're done. You also have to have the water close to that same temperature. There we go. The wax is not melted yet. You can kind of see that it still looks like granulars in there. You want it to be completely clear and completely melted. That way when you're whipping it all together, forming your cream or your lotion, it will combine better. We're getting there. That's why I don't know if this will be a 2-part video. It may end up being a 2-part video, but we shall see. We're just going to try to muddle on through it and get it done as best we can. Because people requested this, I'm trying to show exactly. I think it's kind of simple. I think it's a simple process. If you learn the basics of putting the oil and the water together, I think it works out really well. Saves you some money too, because instead of going to the store paying $10 to $20 for some of these products, you could maybe make this entire batch for $2, maybe $2. If you did the math on breaking down how much you paid for the product, how much you got for the product, including the shipping and the tax, if there's any tax, it still works out to about $2, no more than $3 for the entire jar, because I'll get 2 8-ounce jars out of this, if I did my calculations correct. But I am a cook that does not measure, so don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that at all. Alrighty, we're going to let that melt. It's still taking its sweet little time. The coconut oil has melted, but the wax has not melted totally yet. So we're just going to give that a minute. So let's pause for a second, cameraman.